Hello, everybody. This is Joe Bullis. I am your clinical coach for MELS 605 Summer 2024. I just wanted to send out this short video just to kind of go over a few things that we went over in class last night, just to kind of affirm what we had discussed. Number one, be sure that when you submit your CAP, if you still need to submit the CAP, and your PSYOP, that you submit that to this course shell, and that is what's listed up here in my screen share, and that is the 698 section. I have several different cohorts. The only courses that should show up for you for summer 2024 would be Dr. Stedman's 605 course instructor class and this class. So the 698 executive leadership internship, that's where you will submit things to me. I just wanted to go over this briefly. If you haven't been in this shell yet, ultra shell, I just wanted to ask that you would go ahead and do that. And be sure, number one, that you complete the enrollment verification activity. You need to do that for Dr. Stedman's course and for this course as well, so we can show that you are actively enrolled in your internship program. So in my shell, I'm going to turn it over to student preview. So this will look more familiar to you as what you're looking at on your computer. We'll give it a moment to bring that up. All right, so as you go through here, of course, there's university resources. I do want to draw your attention to this section here. Gives you a little bit of background if you haven't already read this or read it in maybe an introductory email that I sent out. This is some more background on me. This is my, I believe, 18th year working with Gardner-Webb as adjunct professor. But more importantly, here's my different contact information. This is my Gardner-Webb email address. Here you will find my work email address. I am working currently for Wilkes County Schools in North Carolina. This is the direct line into my office if you need to reach me there. And if you need to reach me over my cell phone, this is my mobile number here. If you do call me on my cell phone or reach out to me at this number, I would ask that you send me a text first and let me know who you are and that you need to make contact with me. I do screen my cell phone phone calls, and if I don't recognize the number, I do not answer. So if you send me a text first and say, hey, I need to talk to you, or can we talk for a moment? If we can, I'll give you a call. If not, I'll text you back and say, yeah, give me a moment and I'll contact you or I'll call you back. It just depends on what I've got going on to whether I can answer immediately or not. However, with any text or cell phone, I could consider that to be a priority contact. So I'll try to reach out to you as soon as possible. But feel free to contact me anytime. I attended Dr. Stedman's class last night, just kind of talk about the CAP and the PSYOP. I really didn't add any additional information, but I will go over a few things with you in just a moment. I'll probably join back in about midway through the semester to talk about task stream and the requirements to finish up the program. But does not mean that I can't have a conversation or an email or even a Zoom. If you need that, if you reach out to me, I can schedule a phone conversation with you. We can discuss your situation via email, or if you need an individual or small group Zoom, I'll be happy to set that up as well. Just let me know. The next section, once again, I did mention the enrollment verification. Just make sure that you do that. Here is course information to the program. This is something that you already have access to in Dr. Stedman's shell, but I wanted to let you know that it was here as well. Your site supervisor handbook, clinical internship handbook, that information's here, but there shouldn't be anything different than what you see in Dr. Stedman's shell. Task stream competency folios, we will go over this later. The main thing that I want you to do now is just focus on these two items here, your CAP and your PSYOP. That has got to be your priority at this point in time as far as your internship goes. Now, you still need to make sure that you have completed all your assignments with Dr. Stedman in his course instruction. However, as far as doing the things to complete for graduation and licensure. These are two huge pieces of the puzzle that need to be put into place, especially before you go to task stream, because you can't do anything in task stream until you have the CAP and the PSYOP and all the prior evidences completed, because you will use those evidences to complete your task stream requirements. So this needs to be a focus for you. Dr. Stedman has put some due dates for each of those assignments, each of those tasks, and am also going to follow those due dates as well. So be sure if you do, especially if you haven't completed the CAP yet, and you still need to complete that, you really need to stay on pace to make sure that you do that in order to be able to successfully finish the program. Dr. Stedman and I have worked beside each other for several years, just being in the same meetings and Zooms. This is the first time that we've worked directly together, but I am very knowledgeable of Dr. Stedman and his abilities as a course instructor, and excited to be with him this semester as we help you be successful for your final program. And that is our job, is to make sure that you are successful and you finish strong. And in order to do that, in order to help you, we're going to have to hold you to some deadlines. So we can make sure that you stay on pace. Because if you ever get on pace, that can cause for a hectic end to the program, and we certainly don't want that. However, we do understand that life happens. God forbid there be sickness or an accident or something that sidetracked or got you off pace. And if that happens, we are here to help you and help you get back on target. So we just need to know what's going on. So stay in communication with us, and if any of those things do happen and you need some additional support, all you need to do is reach out to Dr. Stedman and we will help you. I usually take the point on all things related to CAP and PSYOP and task stream. However, I do know that Dr. Stedman's given you some excellent resources to help finish that. He is also very knowledgeable as he's been a clinical coach and a course instructor as well on CAP and PSYOP. So either one of us can help you, but certainly feel free to reach out to me to assist you with the CAP and the PSYOP. As we finish up the CAP and move into the PSYOP, I do ask that you put your task into my course cell. So if you finished CAP task 1, just load it up to task 4 review. Let me take a look at it there. Then I will give you feedback. If there's any revisions, we can make revisions all within this little section here and get it in shape before we take an official grade on it. I will probably grade this review just so I can show progress and documentation that we did engage in the review process. But this is where we're going to do all the work. If there's any revisions that's needed, I'll reply to you. I'll review your submission and reply to you any revisions that I think is needed. But I may just as well say, hey, this is excellent work. Let's go ahead and put it into the assignment Dropbox and get an official grade on it. At this level of the program, that is usually the norm. However, some revisions are needed, usually just minor revisions, because just want to make sure that when you send it off to evaluation, that it is done and we know that it is a level 4 or at least a 3 or higher. So you won't have to revise anything and you can move on through the program. So let's make this the first point of contact in reviewing your documentation for each task, whether it be task 2 or task 3 or so on. And then once we finish it up here, I will tell you to submit it to the assignment Dropbox for official grade. And that's when I do that, I know that you're going to get 100 ahead of time because we've already done the work here. This is just to document that this is the document that I reviewed it and give you feedback. This is the document that I helped you finalize the product. And that way I can justify the grade that I give you in your internship in this part of your program. Once we do this, once I give you a grade in the assignment Dropbox, at that point in time, you need to send it to Dr. Stedman. Dr. Stedman's going to look at it one more time just to make sure that it's finalized as well. And so that way we've got several eyeballs looking at this to make sure that you are in great shape when you eventually submit the whole product to be evaluated. And we'll do that. That is the process and protocol that we'll use for each individual task. Once we complete all of the tasks for the product, I will tell you to upload it one more time for a final review. I just want to see the complete document one more time, just to make sure I didn't miss anything, or once I read each task all together and see how the content and flows, I might have some suggestions to just to make it help, just to help make it more consistent and seamless from one task to the other. It's just a final check on my part, just to make sure I've done what I needed to do for you and have done due diligence and helping you create a level 4, level 3, or level 4 document. And then once we do that, I'll ask you to submit the final narrative, complete CAP, task 1 through 4, to the assignment Dropbox for final grade. And once we do that, then you will submit it to Dr. Stedman for one more review, and he will tell you when you drop it in the task stream. Same process for the PSYOP. That's for the CAP, just what I have related to you. It is the same thing. Of course, the CAP has a little more than 4 tasks. The CAP has 6 tasks to complete, but the process and protocol is the same. Just wanted to mention a couple of things that I see that challenge a candidate at this level in the PSYOP. Just be careful that you really read through and pay attention to the advice that I've given you in the videos that I've done. I did those before the semester and sent that out to you to review. If you didn't get those and this is unfamiliar to me, just contact me at my email address. I'll send that video to you explaining the CAP and the PSYOP. I know Dr. Stedman has explained the CAP and the PSYOP to you. And then I know you have the templates to go by. So all those resources together should help you. Just wanted to reiterate to make sure that anything that you put in the PSYOP is to be put within the context of the PSYOP. It's no longer the ABSL, it's no longer the APTL, it's no longer the SKIP. You are doing what any good administrator and principal does, is you're looking at past data and past artifacts to make decisions on present day. So what needs are you discovering that still need to be addressed in your school today based on the data that you pulled over the last several semesters? And that's what a principal does. It's an ongoing process of improvement. You're going to look at all the evidences, all the data that you collected in those past evidences, and you're going to make a comprehensive school improvement action plan. So it's a culminating plan looking at all facets of your school based on the data that you've pulled in each of those evidences. And so as you do that, the team that helped you in the CAP is no longer your CAP team. The team that helped you in the SKIP is no longer your SKIP team. They are now your PSYOP team. It's more than just a copy and paste and a cut and copy, a cut or copy and paste document. As we've already told you, you just pull that information out and reuse it. Yes, you can use it verbatim sometimes. Just make sure that it's all within the context of the PSYOP. And as you look at in the task where you, I think it's in task 5, where you create a visual of that. You can pull all of those past action plans and put them into one action plan as the PSYOP, a part of the school improvement action plan that you're going to submit for that task. So yeah, you are pulling that information, and some of it will be the same and look the same, and and in effect you can actually copy and paste some things, but the narrative and what you're doing and how it's being applied needs to be something new and needs to be within this context. Just like if there was a question about the teacher working condition survey, you used 2022 data when you went through the evidence, the prior evidence. Now there's 2024 data. Still use that. You don't really have enough time to do a full analysis on 2024 teacher working condition survey. So use the 2022, but as the conclusions and recommendations you made off of the 2022 working condition survey, look at your 2024 and see if that's changed any. And then you can write that into your narrative. You can do a general overview and use it comparatively with what you saw in your 2022 data, just to let the evaluator and the reader know that you are cognizant of this new teacher working condition survey, and you are in the process of using that new data to make some further recommendations, or to substantiate the recommendations that you made based on the 2022 data. Well, so that is basically information I wanted to share with you one more time. I apologize if this seems repetitive and redundant to you. However, that is one of the keys of being successful in this program is hearing the same thing over and over again to where you feel confident in moving forward and using the information that you've been given to go through and complete each of the tasks that's been put in front of you. So as I said, you are always welcome to contact me if you need additional support and assistance. I am here for you. I try to review anything that's sent to me within 24 hours or less time. I did let the class know that I will be going out of the country for the next several days until June 11th. We are going to an island that does have it is common for there to be internet and cell outages. However, it doesn't usually last more than 4 or 5 hours when it does happen. So don't give up trying to reach me between now and June the 11th. Just give me a little more grace in responding to you. I will be taking my laptop with me. I will continue to look at anything that's given to me and provide feedback throughout the day. Also, we do have a deadline of CAP Task 1 being to me no later than Saturday. And by Saturday, I mean I have to have time to look at it, review it, send it back to you so you can get it to Dr. Stedman on his deadline of Sunday. So if you haven't done CAP Task 1 yet, need to make sure that you jump on that in the next 24 to 48 hours and get that to me so I can give you a review so you can make any adjustments if there are any as needed and get that to Dr. Stedman by the Sunday deadline. Okay, contact me if you need me. I hope and pray that you and your family stay safe and healthy, and we look forward to speaking to you again very soon. Have a great day.